Good. How are you guys?
Baker, you're up to your first 2-0 start in your career. Have things kind of come together maybe more quickly than you might have thought with joining a new team and learning a new offense?
Yes and no. I think there's always there's definitely bumps in the road as the learning curve goes when you put in a new offense. But like I said earlier, we installed this in the beginning of camp, and so we had pretty much everybody there the whole time, and so everybody's been on the same page. Now it's just about how I've mentioned how guys react when the games get going. So we haven't been perfect by any means, but we've definitely played well enough, taking care of the ball to put us in position to win games.
Obviously, a lot of things going well offensively, but on third down, you're getting like 87% of your passes. Is there something you can point to for why that has gone so well as part of this offense?
I think, you talk about third downs. Obviously, you want to get past the third down marker, but giving your guys a chance to catch the ball in space and break tackles, we've had a few of those where they catch it short and they make plays to get the first down. So just giving guys an opportunity. Like I've mentioned before, we have a great skill group, really talented guys, and my job is just to distribute the ball to those guys and let them do all the work. So taking what's there, and a lot of those times, we might have a good play dialed up, but they cover it well, so just check it down and see good things happen.
You made some great plays scrambling too, fighting for some extra yards. How wary are you of that going up against this Eagles front seven in their pass rush?
Yeah, you mentioned it. Their front seven, they're a special defense. They have been for the last few years for a reason. It's those guys. Obviously, it starts with the interior guys. Got great edge rushers. Had tremendous years last year. So we're wary of that. We're going to be ready for it. But they get paid too. They're going to have good plays. We're going to have bad plays. And you just got to adjust and go off that. And so it's about handling the little bumps in the road throughout the game and making sure we get the last punch.
Baker, what stands out to you in the secondary for the Eagles specifically? I know it's a little early in the week, but what have you maybe seen on tape?
Yeah, new defensive coordinator this year, so just a little bit of coverage structure change from the last couple of years. Their corners, extremely smart, obviously. Darius Slay is a tremendous player, extremely talented and experienced. So I think when it comes to secondary, you can tell that he's coaching those guys to pattern read and jump routes and do certain things to just elevate that game in the back end. So they're experienced. Yeah, they have some young guys that are playing a little bit right now, but you can tell the guys that have been around are definitely coaching them up.
You mentioned that things haven't been perfect yet, but the timing you've gotten with Chris and with Mike has been pretty much spot on. What do you attribute just the timing and getting it down and being comfortable with those guys?
Just during the week being on the same page, talking about every single possible look we can get and just how they're going to run routes and just recognizing how they are at the top of the routes, how they're cutting in and out of breaks, and just, like I said, being on the same page goes a long way.
How looking forward are you to playing Monday night, not in the heat, the light, the home crowd? I know.
That'll be
I'm
nice.
saying that was the hottest ever, man. But how excited are you for this?
It should be a tremendous atmosphere. Obviously, first primetime game for us as a team, going up against a great opponent. A couple of teams that, we have a lot to prove within our division and our conference as well. So a great NFC matchup. And obviously, a special night, get to recognize Rondé as well in the stadium. And so atmosphere should be tremendous, especially with the history with him and the Eagles as well.
Do you view this as a measuring stick because of the quality team that it's appeared to be facing?
You try and do that every week, but especially against a good team like this. But good thing about the NFL season is that you got 17 games to prove, and you want to peak at the right time. But this is one that we're looking forward to, and we definitely need to show our best stuff.
Baker, you mentioned red zone offense after the Bears game on Sunday. Is that going to be a particular point of emphasis for you and Dave Canales making?
Absolutely. Taking what's there. I think we both, have the envision of throwing touchdowns here and there, but taking what's there. Kind of like our third down thought process of accepting what the defense is giving us, because we are good enough to be able to score down there, and we just have to execute. There were a few fundamental things that I need to get better at down there in the red zone, and just everybody in general needs to be more detailed to where we can finish in the end zone instead of field goals.
Were you, obviously given the fact that you're a year apart, but you and Jalen at Oklahoma and high profile, obviously you winning the Heisman and being in the runner-up, did you get a chance to meet him in that time, or I know you're busy with the Browns at that point?
Yeah, I had my hands full then. No, but just talking to Lincoln was kind of just seeing how they were doing. Always had the relationship with Coach Riley, so just checking in and seeing how they were doing. He's a tremendous leader. I think you guys have seen his play speaks for itself, but his work ethic is extremely important to him, and that you can see that resonate with the whole team. Every team he's been on, that he's never changed. So that's a special thing about him.
When
you run the ball as much as you guys do, does that put even more pressure on you on third down to be perfect? I mean, you're getting to a lot of third down situations, in general.
Yeah, I think for us, we've been really good on the third and shorts. The third and mediums, we need some improvement. Third and longs, we've actually been pretty decent. Yeah, so it's just about getting in the manageable area, not having the extremities and just capitalizing on those. But for me, it's not about being perfect, like I keep mentioning, but it's true. Just taking what's there, not trying to force anything. And, I mentioned it before, our defense is playing extremely well. So just making sure we end with the ball in our hands. And then if not, then we're punting it to them. So just giving ourselves a chance to stay out of the change as well.
Dave was saying last week that he's really emphasized this day one with you guys, and it works for defense as well, but the turnover battle, winning that you win the turnover battle, turn the ball over, you win 75% of the time.
Yeah.
When he was at Seattle, it was 82. Is that something the guys really have kind of focused in on and just have absorbed themselves with that?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not an analytical guy by any means, but the percentages show if you take care of the ball, your chances of winning are extremely high. So it's been a point of emphasis since the offseason. It's all about the ball. Every meeting has started with that. Keys to victory, it's all about the ball, offense, defense, special teams. So how can we improve on offense? That's just taking care of the ball, making sure we do our part in that. But yeah, it's extremely important, especially in a primetime game like this where you're going up against a great team. It's even more important.
Do you like Monday Night Football in general, the spectacle, the platform, knowing everybody's watching, that kind of thing?
Yeah, I think it's one of those things. As you're a football fan, growing up as a football fan, it's there's nothing like it. You get a Monday night game, it's really special. Only thing about it is you got to wait around all day to do it.
You mentioned Rondé Barber. I know you were there last night. Were you a fan when watching him? What does he mean to you?
My first time getting to meet him was this summer. Tremendous guy. I think mentality-wise, the attitude and effort he had. I obviously learned a lot more last night with the documentary, just with his work ethic. But just the scrappy player that he is, never taking no for an answer and always trying to prove himself. I think I can relate to that on a lot of levels. But just tremendous amount of respect for the guy. And, that was a great event last night they had for him.
Do you have any pregame game day traditions, routines, superstitions?
Wow. Yeah, I got a few songs I always listen to, certain orders, and just little things. Nothing that the world's going to end if I don't do it, though.
Kate Otten was saying last week after the game, he said he's never understood why people are sleeping on this team. Do you think after the 2-0 start, people are starting to respect what you guys put together?
I'm surprised Kate even talked. No, it's like we talked about. That's been the narrative, but we've known the whole time what we have in this locker room and the team that we're trying to build, where we're trying to head, and so that's the important part. The important part now is not letting the outside noise affect us in the building as well. We didn't let it affect us before. Why let it do it now?
Okay.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Baker.